Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here, please consider subscribing to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you the fragrances that people pay attention to them when I wear them. I don't usually get a lot of compliments. People say something like, "Oh, you smell nice." That's it. Very um, rarely they ask me what is the exact fragrance I'm wearing. Well, it does happen as well, but usually the compliments stop at "you smell nice." So I made sure that these are the fragrances that you can find in stores at the moment. These are not discontinued fragrances. These are not fragrances that are extremely hard to find. This is a good mix between designer niche and more affordable fragrances. So I'm going to be starting with number one. It's not in a particular order really, and this is Chopard, and this is Shapar Happy Lemon Dulce. My bottle happened to be a bit, you know, damaged. Well, it's not like it's damaged. What happened to my bottle is this kind of base is not glued anymore to this ball. So it's supposed to be like that, right? This is the cap, but my cap is like it unglued itself from the base. So basically it doesn't really matter because the fragrance is beautiful. This is something so nice, but mind you, you have to be a lover of citrusy and zesty fragrances. So this fragrance has the notes of lemon, just as the name suggests. Lemon and bergamot and mandarin orange, orange blossom and mango and apple and cucumber and mint and woody notes and ginger and some other notes. This is a beautiful lemony. It's like a lemon dessert. It's a bit fresh. It's a bit zesty. It's a bit sweet. So we don't have this lemony, not sweetened lemon. This is a sweet lemon, and it's so beautiful, and it's so refreshing, and it's a change from your usual citrus fragrance because it's a sweet citrus, but without being like edible sweet. It's not a gourmand sweet. It's just such a beautiful thing. And mind you, I have seen this fragrance at the moment on Notino, I believe. It costs like 20 euros, 20 something. So it has a beautiful price point, and the fragrance is amazing. In this same line, they also have Orange Bigaradia that I also have, but I don't enjoy it as much as this one, although that scent is very beautiful as well. This one is amazing. You should really try it. Next one, next is the fragrance that every single time I wear it is the guaranteed, compliment getter, and this is the most expensive fragrance of the whole bunch. So this is the Babycat of Yves Saint Laurent, and this is their more expensive line, and look how much I already used. This is amazing. So it has black and pink pepper, it has elemi, and has olibanum, saffron, vanilla and cedar and suede. So this is a very warm fragrance, and don't be fooled. Don't think that it's so warm that it's only appropriate for winter or autumn. I can actually wear it in summer as well, and in summer it's not suffocating at all. It's just with the warmth of the body, it warms up more than, well, it is a warm scent already, and it warms up more and more. So it's like you have this beautiful, a little bit of peppery, a little bit of like seasoning vibe, plus sweet vanilla, sweet and sultry and very deep vanilla scent. So I absolutely love this scent. And although I'm not a fan of leather or suede notes on myself, I don't tend to like them, but this fragrance is something different. It really made me fall in love with suede fragrances. So I absolutely recommend you to test this fragrance. And mind you, this was my blind buy, and I was like, should I or should I not, because I haven't been testing this fragrance properly. And indeed I have bought it on the same day that it appeared on the website, so it was like immediate purchase for me. So I'm in love with this one. It's so good, and people tend to like them. And especially one person, every single time that I have this fragrance on me, she just compliments me constantly. Just, oh my gosh, you smell good. Oh my gosh, you smell good. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. It's like all the time, and I know I smell good. I know. With this one, guaranteed compliments. Next fragrance is, but it's a bit of a cheat because it's a hair perfume. It's not a fragrance, but this exact line has a fragrance as well. And I happened to have this fragrance in past. And then I just got myself this hair perfume. This is Acqua di Parma, and this is Peony and Nobile. It has the notes of raspberry and pepper, peony, geranium, rose, freesia, musk, and patchouli. And trust me, this is the fragrance. Although it's marketed for hair, it has a longevity of eau de toilette. That's for sure. Every time I have it, and sometimes I don't feel like wearing any fragrance. I just want to have some fragrance on me, but I'm not sure what I want. It's difficult for me to choose, so I just end up wearing the hair perfume, and it always gives me compliments. Like for instance, a couple of days ago, I was just walking with a friend of mine, and she was like, "Oh, you have a nice perfume." It's like, and I told her, "You know what? It's not a perfume. Technically, it's a hair perfume." "Oh, really?" "Yeah." It just creates this beautiful peony, a little bit of rose, a little bit of white flower, this kind of aura, flowery aura around you, and it's very pleasant. It's unoffensive. It's just beautiful, beautiful, especially for spring. Especially if it's spring, it's blooming, flowers are blooming, and you have a little bit of this kind of breeze, wind. So just amazing, just amazing. And do try out the fragrances from this line, from this Nobile line, because they are beautiful. I used to have 3 of them, well, the mini sizes, like 10 mils of them, and I used all of them, and they were amazing. I do think that this line of Acqua di Parma is a little bit underrated. Well, yeah. Next one is the fragrance that people might say, well, it's Chanel, it's obviously gets compliments, but it's not your usual Mademoiselle that we know how it smells, right? This is Gabrielle. This is Gabrielle by Chanel, and this is citrusy and white flower, but it's so easy to wear. It's such an easy reach fragrance. It has grapefruit and mandarin orange, blackcurrant, orange blossom, jasmine and ylang-ylang, tuberose, lily of the valley, pear, and pink pepper, and the musk, cashmeran, and orris. So these notes, especially white flowers, especially for the brand like Chanel, we know that it's a brand with the heritage, so they know how to make white flowers, and they have been making white flowers for quite a long time. So some people, white flowers and Chanel might be like, oh, it's gonna be so indolic, it's gonna be for some like older generation, but it's really not. It's really not. It's so fresh, easy to wear, easy to reach, very nice, very complimenting, and yeah, it's refreshing. It's refreshing, and I'd say that this is one of the fragrances that, well, it's an expensive fragrance, obviously, but I would categorize it as a fragrance for everyday wear that you can take from the day to night. It's very office appropriate, it's very work environment appropriate, it's study environment appropriate, but it also is good for going out with your friends, going to the bar, to the cinema, what have you. So this is a nice all year round, everyday, 24/7 fragrance. Again, this is an expensive fragrance, obviously, and there are some fragrances that are just as good and they cost less. But this is the fragrance. Every time I have it, it gives me it brings compliments my way. And I also have a Gabrielle essence, and in my opinion, Gabrielle essence, well, they are kind of different fragrances. I like both of them. I do. In general, Gabrielle line, I do think it's a bit underrated because it's so everyday appropriate. And obviously, when we say Chanel, we imagine something more going out appropriate, right? At least in my opinion. But this one is good. This one is so, so good. Next one, it's a very, very cheap fragrance. And mind you, this fragrance comes in these two sizes. This is the 15 mils and it also comes in 100 ml, and 100 ml costs like 70 euros, I believe. So yeah, it's not an expensive fragrance. This is Clinique, and this is Clinique Peony Picnic. My Happy Peony Picnic is the proper name. So it has peony and rose and strawberry and passion fruit and plum and vanilla and cedar. This is a beautiful fragrance. If you are in the market for a beautiful peony fragrance, but not just peony, also some kind of fruitiness, some kind of sweetness, but not overly sweet fragrance, it is still a fresh fragrance. So it's so spring appropriate. It's like a bloom of flowers, and it's so good. It is so good, and trust me, this is the fragrance that is worth paying attention to, because I have read a lot of people saying that, well, my Clinique My Happy line is some juvenile kind of thing. It's not good. In my opinion, these are good fragrances. I do own one more, and it's kind of more summery vibe. It's like beach something fragrance. It's in the yellow bottle anyway. So, and all of these fragrances are very, very nice. And on the plus side, they are very inexpensive, but they are very impactful. I'm not a big fan of Clinique fragrances, especially Happy. Happy fragrance. It's not a fragrance that I prefer, but for some reason, this line, it's very nice. It's very beautiful. So next one, and this is the fragrance that I've been wearing for years and years, and I've been repurchasing this fragrance because it's absolutely beautiful. Although technically it is a discontinued fragrance because it has disappeared from the official Versace website, but you can find this fragrance all over the internet at a nice price point. So this is another zesty, fruity fragrance that is fresh and green and just beautiful. So it has bergamot and citruses, green mandarin, fig and pear, cardamom, lily, jasmine, narcissus, musk, sandalwood. So for me, primarily, this is the fragrance that is fresh and is green and is citrusy, and it has a little bit of fruitiness in it. But this greenness and this freshness, it lasts throughout all the time that you're wearing this fragrance. It's just a nice one. It's a lifesaver, especially in summer, especially if you live in a humid and warm climate. This is gonna be the fragrance that you will adore, because it actually helps you to breathe. It helps you to live through these very, very hot and humid days. This is an absolute beauty of a fragrance. Next one is an oldie, very oldie but very goodie. I love this fragrance to bits. This is not my first bottle, this is not my second bottle, and I really hope that I will be able to find this bottle and to buy this bottle for years and years to come. So this is Hugo Boss, and my bottle is up to here at the moment, and this is deep red, and this is a beautiful, beautiful scent. Some people might say that it's outdated because, well, this scent, it came out in 1999, I believe, 1998. But trust me, this fragrance was ahead of its time because it's very. I'm gonna just read out the notes, and then I'm gonna tell you what is the fragrance that it reminds me of. So it has blood orange, blackcurrant, clementine, pear, mandarin orange, ginger and ginger flower, tuberose and freesia, hibiscus seed, vanilla, musk, cedar, and sandalwood. This is a beautiful fragrance. It's white flower, but it's not just about white flower. It opens up like fresh and zesty and gingery. This fragrance actually reminds me a lot of the fragrance by Givenchy, Rouge, but not this Rouge Ultime, but this the first Rouge that came out in what 2019, I believe, or 20, something like that. I don't remember. Just recently it came out. So this reminds me of that fragrance. And so this fragrance is very up to date. It's not outdated at the slightest. It's so good. It lasts. It lasts for days. On your clothing, it lasts for days. And it also has a beautiful longevity on your person as well, because this is a fragrance that have been formulated quite a long time ago. I don't know if they have reformulated it recently, but the bottle that I have here, sorry, I just dropped it. The bottle that I have here is the bottle that I have I'm having for like, I want to say 3 years, something like that. So I would assume that this is a kind of a recent formulation as well. And I don't really find it to be all that different from the first bottle that I used to own when I was very, very young. So this is a nice fragrance. White flower, but not just your boring white flower. It's the ginger is the key here. The ginger and also the oranges, this juiciness and fruitiness and ripeness of fruits. It's just so amazing. And it also is at a beautiful price point. I believe that 100 ml you can get at around 45 euros. Sometimes it costs more, but if you're gonna search for it, I assure you that you're gonna get it at a very, very affordable price point. So I have 2 other fragrances to show you, and this is the fragrance that I'm currently using up. I believe that I have something like maybe 1 or 2 wears of this fragrance. Then this is the Montale, and this is the Intense Cherry. I got this fragrance from the official website, and you are actually able to choose 3 fragrances, 20 ml per fragrance, and they will just send it to you and in a small like gift box. So it's a beautiful way to sample the fragrances. So this one has the bergamot, black cherry, rose petals, jasmine, musk, vanilla, and sandalwood. For me, it opens up and it closes down and it opens up, and in the middle is, I just feel cherry, the black cherry, the very, very black one, the juicy one, and sweet. So for me, this is a fragrance that is about cherry and about vanilla. So it's a cherry vanilla fragrance. So if you're on the market for this cherry note, because cherry, we all love cherry, right? If you're on the market for the cherry fragrance, just keep your eye on this fragrance, because this is a nice one. You can feel the cherry. The cherry is juicy and the cherry lasts throughout the fragrance. It's so nice. And also 100 of 100 ml of this fragrance costs around 130 euros, so the price point is so good, you can't really beat it. And if you're in the market for the cherry, don't look further, keep your eye on this one and you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. It's so good. And the last one, I do think that this is an underrated fragrance in my opinion. Well, the whole brand is kind of underrated, and this brand, it has so many hidden gems, that the fragrances that I absolutely adore. So this is the Yes I Am from Cacharel, and Yes I Am includes wide range of fragrances. I'm talking about the one and only, the first one, Yes I Am, with the red cap, like the red lipstick. So it has raspberry and mandarin orange and bergamot, lemon, gardenia, ginger flower, amber, jasmine, orange blossom and rose, and milk and caramel, vanilla, cardamom, licorice, coumarin, benzoin, sandalwood and amberwood. So this is a good fragrance. It has this it opens up a little bit zesty, a little bit fruity, zesty, and then it's very it becomes very milky. It becomes sweet, but not overly sweet, and then it's like zesty, milky, sweet sandalwood fragrance. So it has a huge pyramid. It has so many notes in this fragrance, and for me this is a juxtaposition of all these notes, but somehow it works. Somehow I don't really smell all of the notes that are here. I smell quite distinctively this kind of zesty part of it, zesty opening, and then I do smell white flowers and milkiness and sweetness. So for me, this is the fragrance that is very appropriate for daytime, nighttime, and also this is the fragrance that so many people would that they have complimented me on this fragrance, and they would ask me, what is the fragrance? It probably costs much, because this milkiness and this sweetness and milkiness, it's so well done in this fragrance. It really it has something from the Bianco Latte as well, this kind of roundness and fluffiness, and when I would tell them, well, actually it's not an expensive fragrance, this is the fragrance that you can easily find it at for 30 euros for the bottle like that. I was like, oh my gosh, really? Yeah, really, it's such a nice one, and it's very versatile. Don't be put off by how many notes are in this fragrance. Somehow they work, and somehow it's just a good one. So these are the fragrances that I really wanted to share with you, and I love them dearly. These fragrances, they are so nice. So you can see they are different. So people are not necessarily comment on the most expensive or the the most complicated fragrance. Some of these fragrances, as you can see, they're not complicated at all, but somehow they work. They work for my skin, for my chemistry, and they work for people. People tend to like them. So if you have this kind of fragrances, please let me know what are the fragrances that give you compliments. And I thank you for your attention, and I will see you next Wednesday. Bye.